Jimmy knows all about it because he lives it. And Jimmy knows what you're going through because he goes through it too. He's here to talk about it. It's seed and feed, chemicals and compost, vaccinations and irrigation. It's time for Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Hey, good day to all you great stewards of the land. It is Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre, Oklahoma. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Had a busy one. We'll talk about it here in a minute. Let's check out some temperatures. 68 degrees at Boise City, 74 at Slapout, 74 at the May Ranch, 74 at Lahoma, 76 at Arnett at the not-so-famous, home of the not-so-famous Lori Kimball, 78 degrees at Hollis, 79 at, Hobart, and 73 at Tipton. Speaking of Tipton, they set the state record Saturday. What was that state record? Hang on here. I was just looking at it a while ago. 94 degrees was recorded by the Tipton Mesonet site on Saturday. It tied for the second highest temperature ever recorded during November in Oklahoma. 95 was recorded by Hollis back in November of 2023. That's crazy. It's pretty warm. All right, out here in the panhandle of Texas, we got 72 degrees at Paladora Reservoir. Borger, you're 72. Canadian, you're 75. Dozer, 78. So is Wellington. And then we have 80 at Childress and Odell. So it's pretty warm out there. It's, man, everybody just keep their fingers crossed and not cuss no weather people for at least 2 or 3 days this week, because they really talk like Western Oklahoma, the biggest part of it. We're going to get anywhere from a half inch to over an inch of rain starting Wednesday evening, Thursday into Friday. So everybody keep their fingers crossed. And this morning should be proof that maybe there is going to be some moisture around. Man, it was froggy around here. It's kind of funny. I pulled up. So you take 55 Highway east out of Carter and head over to 6 Highway. I'm hard hearing. I'm as hard hearing as they come without being totally deaf. And it was so foggy, I rolled my windows down so I could hear cars coming on the highway. And I don't know why. I probably couldn't have heard them coming, but made me feel better. So, yeah, it was all good. I went this weekend to deliver some beef up to my daughter in Strong City, Cottonwoods Falls, Kansas, and then my brother-in-law from Kansas City picked up some beef that I took up there for him. But on my travels, I stopped and dropped some a protein tub full of peanuts off. Sandy and I, my former mother-in-law, dropped some peanuts off. Met Lacey Swope up there on I-35. Her and her daughter. She's so pretty. Lacey's my hero. That's all I can tell you. She come whooping into the Brahms parking lot in a Ford F-350, lifted, and really can drive it really good. And, not everybody can do the crew cab, full-wheel drive, lifted truck, but she whooped in there like she owned the place. Well, I got to meet up with her, and she traded me some deer sausage for peanuts. So that's how that worked out. So anyway, she said it pulls their. I asked her what happened to her half ton. She said this truck pulls our boat so much better. So it was good to see her. And then so my travels, the rut's on with the deer, and everybody needs to be careful out there right now. If you haven't noticed a lot of rehomed white-tailed deer along the highways here lately, the rut's on, the bucks are chasing the does. They don't care if it's a freight train in front of them or coming at them. They're going to chase that doe. So be careful out there in your travels with the deer. And then was crossing the Oklahoma state line into Kansas. Man, right there, what is that, Winfield? I'm not going to lie. That's some of the prettiest dryland cotton I've seen, and I mean a lot of it. Fields on both sides of the interstate, as far as I could see, but it's some of the prettiest cotton uh, around. And so they're doing a good job right in there. And it's really tight ground in there. And so they got that. And there was a few people on both state lines wrapping up the soybeans. They're getting really close to being done now. And looks like everything up in Kansas where it's traveling up there. My daughter lives at Strong City, and that's right in the middle of the Flint Hills. Matter of fact, the Tallgrass Prairie uh, Preserve is, comes up to her house with the fence there. So that's all good, and looks like they've had plenty of rain up there. Their grass is chest high. But I got to noticing something. The only place you see any trees are is mainly I'm talking about cedar trees in their Flint Hills, is because you guys all know, if you've traveled back and forth along I-35 from Kansas City to Oklahoma City, that they do uh, pasture burns there every year. That's how they're preserving that grassland through there. But the only place you see any trees or cedars or whatever is down in those draws where the fireplace doesn't get to. And then, so as you come out of Emporia heading back towards Wichita, where they don't do controlled burn or pasture burns, cedars are thick. They're just as thick as they are around Guthrie and between Hydro and Weatherford up there to the north toward along the South Canadian River. Man, it's getting worse and worse. If you're a landowner in that area, there's help out there right now to get this done. And if not, do a prescribed fire, because I'm telling you, if you pay attention around Guthrie, if there's ever a major wildfire in that area, I'm sorry, it just don't look Wayno to me. There's a lot of houses in those big cedars, new homes, old homes, whatever, but it just don't look like it'll have good results. And same thing right there around Wichita and Emporia. I know trees are cool. I love trees too, but it just looks like a bomb ticking, ready to go off. So, hey, did you guys did you get to see The Landman last night? First edition, season 2's out. I'm sorry. I love that show. In reality, it's probably not very close to reality. It sure is fun, though. So you're not, especially, I got a lot of experience in the oil field, so it brings back some, just, it's good. That's all I can tell you. I'm not going to discuss or repeat anything Billy Bob Thornton said last night on the show, because none of it's nice. But their daughter, she was going to go to Texas Tech because her boyfriend, the football player, was going there. And then we got dad made her get rid of him. And then now she's going to TCU to be a horn frog, and interview with the dean there at the university. I don't know. It's just good stuff. You guys got to check it out if you hadn't checked it out. Has nothing to do with agriculture, but it was fun to watch. Hey, let's see what happened overnight in our big world of agriculture. You guys want to? At 6:30 Central Time this morning, December corn was up 1.5 pennies at 4.31 3/4 a bushel. January soybeans was up 11 3/4 at 11.36 1/4 a bushel. January soy meal was up 3.50, stronger to 328.10 a short ton, and January soy oil increased 0.23 cents to 50.72 cents a pound. March wheat markets were mostly higher in the early morning. Chicago Board of Trade wheat was up 6 3/4 to 5.48 1/4 a bushel. Kansas City was up 4 3/4 to 5.35 3/4. Minneapolis wheat was down 1.5 pennies at 5.59 3/4 cents a bushel. Al Claus, managing editor of Claus Commodity Advisor, said on Friday the grain markets were hit hard after the USDA reports. The reports were negative for corn and wheat, but long-term positive for soybeans. However, clause added a disclaimer that some U.S. data sources that are typically used were not available for this report. This tells me we could get some large adjustments in ending stocks in the December reports, according to him. In case you've missed it, agriculture.com has a story covering how the USDA advised its office to start processing loans once again. The Farm Service Agency offices have been advised to begin processing new loan requests that were submitted during the government shutdown, according to an agency memo circulated last Thursday. Loan processors should process applications based on the postmark or hand-delivered date if applicants had submitted the information required during the lapse in the funding. The memo advises the agency will send a new letter and give applicants 15 more days to send required information in cases where the deadline for doing so had expired during the lapse in funding. No applicant will be penalized because of the lapse in funding, reads the memo, which was distributed to all the state offices. There you go. Rain, snow, what do you want? A low-pressure system from the Central Rockies, according to the National Weather Service, is headed eastward. It says the system will produce scattered showers and thunderstorms over parts of the northern and central plains as an upper low. Level low over the northeast will produce snow downwind of Lake Erie and Ontario. Lake Ontario. I've been up there. It's a big lake. The National Weather Service said by Tuesday morning, light snow will develop along the northern edge of the precipitation shield over parts of the upper Mississippi Valley and Great Lakes into parts of Ohio Valley. That's about it going on. Our weather makers are not going to get here till sometime Wednesday night. So a piece of advice that some listeners have sent in to me over the last couple shows, and I wanted to share them with you. It's feeding season, so be sure check the oil on your truck, your feed truck. Also, grease the fittings on your spikes and your front end loaders and everything on your bed, all the moving parts. Get them all greased up on your feed truck and your front end loader. Somebody advised me Friday. I didn't share it. It ran out of time. Also, there is some cooler weather coming in for next week, like Thanksgiving week. And this, if you got the old little heater that you always have on in the well house, go ahead and make sure you remember to turn it on. Get all your hoses drained that you're not going to be using for the winter. Get them put up and stored away properly, and just get all your winter planning done is all I can say. Get things wrapped up. And, of course, here's my rant of the day. You know, the state and the counties have all, for the most part, I know the state hasn't, maybe not all the counties, but the state highways have been mowed and trimmed and ready for the winter. And, man, the bar ditches are starting to fill up with hay wrap. Deer corn sacks is up out there also, and a few feed sacks and a few buckets that blow off your truck. And so, guys, farmers and ranchers are supposed to be great stewards of the land, including deer hunters. Please secure your load and do something. And you know, I always push it because I love mine in the catch-all, and there's a lot of them around anymore. I seen 3 trucks at Poppy's this morning that had catch-alls on their back of their cake boxes. I don't have a cake box, but it fits right on the back of my headache rack on my pickup, so it holds on there just like anything else. So check it out. You can get them at Hobart Farm and Garden. You can get them at Ray's Boot here. You can get them at Wheeler General Store. You can get it in Wheeler. You can get them at Kurt Feed and Sarah and Eric. I think you can get them at County Line up north, and you can order them online. They're handy. I know there's a bunch of homemade stuff out there that you can make also. Just let's set a good example with the hay rack deal, and that's not the last time I'm going to talk about it this winter, I promise you. And it saves the counties and states a lot of money picking them up in the bar ditches or grader ditches. I call them bar ditches, but in the ditches, and also saved a lot of bearings and repairs on mowers and shredders, or mower slash shredders. And so let's go with that. All right. Today is Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association Happy Hour. Let's take an OCA break, and we'll come back. I'll give you your up-to-date, up-to-the-minute grain market updates. I got a new system I'm going to try out today and see if it'll help me with my computer here. Be right back after this OCA break.
Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Celebrate Black Friday all month long right here at Windy Nissan in Elk City with nearly 200 vehicles to choose from, with interest rates as low as 0% and payments out as far as 90 days to first payment. There's never been a better time to buy than right now. And on all used vehicles that qualify, we offer a 3-month, 3,000-mile limited powertrain warranty complimentary with the vehicle purchase, so you can buy with peace of mind. Right here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, your hometown dealer. Black Friday all month long.
The way a doctor knows the human body, that's how you know trucks. You hear a rattle, a rumble, a vibration, and you know exactly what's wrong. You're a diagnostic genius, the go-to for getting trucks running and keeping them tough and DOT compliant. You're a Mac Pro, a tech tool titan. With a wrench in your hand, there's nothing you can't fix. Canyon Oilfield Services is looking for you. Our Hinton, Oklahoma yard has 10 trucks ready for your expertise and a fleet of over 70 trucks waiting for your oversight. It's a big job for a big talent. Not every mechanic has what it takes, but you're different. You're a mechanical boss, and they call you Haas, and we need your expertise. You tell us what it'll take to get you on board and added to the team. We're ready to deal. Call 580-729-3297 to set up your interview. 580-729-3297. At Canyon Oilfield Services, the key word is service.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, we've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
Hi, it's Andy Taylor. We're living in some very turbulent times. It's easy to get discouraged in the normal course of life, but the good news is God has all the answers. His presence and companionship always makes all the difference. A big part of what we do at Trinity Fellowship is to help people in the process of coming into relationship with the Father. We'd love to help you. Our services start at 10 a.m. on Sunday. You can find us on our Trinity Fellowship Facebook page, or you can listen right here on KECO at 9:30. We'd love to have you be part of our family.
It helps to work with someone who's been down the same road you're traveling, someone who knows what you're up against and what you're going through. When it comes to farmers and ranchers, that's us. That's who we are. Our lenders know ag inside and out because we're producers too. We approach it like a partnership. We want to put ag producers in position to be successful. We're very laid back and easy to deal with, and people seem to like that. We think you'll like it too. I'm Marty Maddox. Great Plains Bank in Elk City is here to lend farmers and ranchers a helping hand. Member FDIC.
Now, back to more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
All right, everybody. Miami, Texas, 77 degrees. Humidity's 20, dew point's 32. The winds are out of the west at 28 miles an hour with wind gusts up to 35. 37 is the peak wind gust so far. No rain so far in the month of November. Miami. Oh, man. Please, there we go. Back to the deal. No red flag minutes today. No sub-freezing minutes today. 8-inch soil temperature, 58 degrees. All right, let's check out the Central Crop Care LLC out of Hobart. Grain market update. Let's see. I'm trying something new today, so you guys just be cool, be patient. Here we go. March corn or December corn. There we go. 435 up 5 1/4. March is 448 up 4 3/4. May is 456 up 4 1/2. And then we got nope, wrong wheat. Yep, there. And then we have hard red winter wheat. December is 529 up 14. March is 544 up 13 3/4. May is 556 up 13 1/4. That's a good deal. Soybean oil. December 51.19 up 1.04 cents. And January is 51.53 cents up 1.04. Let's go. I'll get this down after a couple days. You guys just remain calm out there and laugh all you want at me. December live cattle, 220.60 up 145. February is 221.05 up 152. April is 221.22 up 165. Feeders looking good. November, probably about the last time I'll read November's today. 339.97 up 130. January is 325.05 up 450. March is 317.40 up 405. And there we have it. Gotcha. Oh, I had a couple listeners send me messages, and I read them during the break. Yes, do not forget to check your antifreeze on all your vehicles, whether you did anything with them or not. Please make sure you check the antifreeze. And then another text from what's his name over at Cordell. I got to be careful what I say. I don't want them mad at me. A gentleman from Cordell. There we go. Anyway, he was talking. I was talking about Landman earlier. So Billy's wife, who's crazy, took his daughter to TCU to enroll her or drop her off. And anyway, they was talking about the horned frog and blah, blah, blah. And his wife informed her daughter that it's not a frog. It's a lizard. What a guy do for fun around here. So, okay. All right, let's check out some auctions from last week. Let's start with the Oklahoma USDA Oklahoma Weekly Cattle Auction Summary. And total receipts of $29,554 compared to $27,000 the week before and $33,000 last year. Feeder cattle is 87.4% of that. Slaughter cattle 6.6% and replacement cattle 5.9%. So that's 2 weeks out of the last 3 months that I've seen it up over 4% on the replacement cattle. So that's a slight sign, not a full. So anyway, compared to last week, feeder steers in Oklahoma were $4 to $8 higher. Feeder heifers unevenly steady. Steer calves $12 to $16 lower. Heifer calves $3 to $9 higher. Slaughter cows $6 to $11 lower. Slaughter bulls $2 lower. Once again this week, the futures board, bad stuff, persisted, and we're going to talk about that here in a second. And the cash market really didn't know what to do. One of the major slaughter cow buyers has pulled out of the market last week, leaving a void in the market and sending slaughter cow prices sharply lower. For comparisons, the Oklahoma Weekly Summary on October 17 showed 7 weight steers averaging 401. Today, the summary has 550 weight steers averaging 401. There you have it. Oh, feeder cattle, let's just, come back here. Let's check out some, let's go with some 4 weights. I think I did 5 weights last week. Here's some 424, a bunch of them, 241 head across the state. Average weight was 424, and these are weaned anywhere from 405 to 548. 494 was the average price. Here's some 428 pounders, 120 of them. Average weight was 428. They're unwinged, 417 to 527.50. Average price 465.81. And that's about what they was last week. Unwinged steers, calves, feeders between them and wing, about 30 cents. All right. So the price is still good, even with it being down. All right, let's scroll down here and check out some heifers. Where are the heifers? Large and mediums. I guess I passed them. There we go. Here we go. So this is heifers, medium and large, number ones. Let's check out the same thing. 4 weights. There was quite a few 4 weights. Weaned in the average 427, brought 375 to 475. Average 100 weight deal was 440.14. And some unwinged ones here. Let me find some. There we go. Quite a few of these weighing 425, 353 to 510, 411.74. Again, almost 30 cents per pound difference, or $30 a hundredweight difference between weaned and unweaned, just to give you an idea of what's going on there. Okay, Texas. Let's run down the USDA Texas weekly cattle auction summary. 5,349 head went through the sale barn last week compared to 5,565 the week before, and a few short of 7,000 last week. Last year, feeder cattle 79.4% made up of that. Slaughter cattle was 15.1%. Replacement cattle 55.5%. Compared to last week, feeder steers and heifers sold unevenly steady. Most of the offerings consisted of fall calves, where weaning and vaccination status has influence on price, especially this time of the year. Unseasonably warm temperatures and dry across the Texas Panhandle. And let's check out some more. Let's do some 4 weights, see what the difference is between Oklahoma and Texas sale barns. Here's some weaned ones, weighing 427, quite a few of them. Average price was 435.64. They were ranged 412 to 475. And then here's some unweaned ones weighing 471, a little heavier, but they was 410 to 451, 439.83. So the heavier weight, kind of bad comparison there. Not bad, about the same. A little cheaper in Texas than in Oklahoma. Heifers, medium and large, number ones. 4 we got here. They don't have any unweaned in the range I want. Here we go. We'll do some 5-weight heifers. 564 weaned calves, heifers 300 to 380. Average price 326.76, and 532 weights, unweaned 297.50 unweaned. So quite a bit lower on heifers in Texas than they are in Oklahoma. There we have it. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing before we go to break. I'm running a little bit behind schedule, or I'm always behind schedule. I was looking at Jack Payne's social media post this morning, and I want people to realize that. So you guys heard Trump's took the tariff off of bananas and cocoa, coffee, all that good stuff that we don't grow here in the United States. And he also, you hear the media. I'm sorry. I'm very aggravated in the media right now. And people get aggravated at me sometimes, and they let me know, and I correct it if it needs to be corrected and stuff. But the media, the mainstream ag media in the last 2 or 3 months, they're after brownie points, I'm guessing. So, and then in these stuff that I heard starting Friday into the weekend, that President Trump has raised took the tariffs off cocoa, coffee, bananas, whatever else, and Brazilian beef. What they don't tell you is Trump reduced the Brazilian tariffs by 10%. And I'm going to quote Jack Payne here. President Trump reduced Brazilian tariffs by 10%. It was at 50 or 60%. So it's nothing crazy. He did not remove all tariffs on Brazilian beef. That's an important little piece of information many so-called cattle market experts have failed to mention, he says. Luckily, the folks in Chicago did a simple internet search and realized this key point. As the board is up a tick this morning and is up really good here at lunch for right now, instead of limit down like many of us feared, because it would be. One thing is for sure, America is still extremely short of cattle. The fundamentals have changed and beef demand is up big. Ignore all the fear mongering and keep raising good cattle. And can I get an amen out of that deal? Yes. So I'm just going to read a couple of the replies on the social media posts. And this lady, I won't mention her, said, since mid-October, the truth of how the market volatility is gets further from the truth. Like the game of school teacher whispering in a child's number one ear, Johnny's dog ran away because it followed Sally down the street. By the time the sentence travels through 25 kids' ears in the last child reports, Lonnie's dog got hit by a car. And it's true. Military, when I was going to NCOIC school, they'd start a deal at one end of the table and follow it around it. And it's unreal how that story was changed. So the people who started the chain reaction should have stepped forward and apologized to the cattle industry, and they never will. Crickets by some who were there, and occasional weather forecast posted by the other. Good luck to your customers who are on deck for on upcoming sales. And then one other person replied, the game is still being played. Believe they termed it strategic decision making. They realize they can manipulate the market, and so now I think this is what is being done. Ask Scott Benson, a.k.a. Mr. Soybean Counter. Latest remarks was so hilarious and full of manure, meant to rattle the market on purpose. That's the way it goes. So be careful what you hear out there, folks. Like I said, President Trump's reduced the tariffs on Brazilian beef by 10%. He didn't take it away. So if I remember right, it was either at 50 or 60%. So now it's at 40 or 50%, whichever it is. And I know one of those numbers are correct, though. I'm not trying to spread rumors, but it's somewhere in that category there. All right, let's go ahead and take an Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association break. We'll be right back after this.
Jimmy's all wound up and ready to go. Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
Farming is no game, but when you're at the game and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a huge game changer. Valley Irrigation is where farming meets in-zone efficiency. With AgSense remote technology, farmers become MVPs of their fields. Real-time play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you beat the game and be in the game. Visit Knutson Irrigation to become the MVP of your field. Online at KnutsenIrrigation.com. They have your in-field coverage and your back.
Kent Watkins here with SEI Agritech in Elk City, Oklahoma. Are feral hogs causing damage to your land and crops? Try Kaput, our highly effective bait designed specifically for feral hog control. Kaput targets hogs where it hurts, helping you protect your property and your livestock. Don't wait for the damage to get worse. Call us or stop by today at SEI Agritech on South Randall in Elk City to learn more about Kaput. Follow us on Facebook for the latest updates and solutions.
You're already grabbing your jacket when you head out the door. You know what's coming very soon. Don't wait to winterize your vehicle. Anti-freezer wiping fluid, battery charger to keep in the car, engine starters, flashlights, rechargeable hand warmers, WeatherTech floor mats to keep the ice and snow off your floorboard, D-Gel Diesel, scrapers, and de-icer. And those gloves, because the fingers are the first to get cold. You know who's got all this. Napa Auto Parts of Elk City, 716 West 3rd.
You've got a problem, an issue, you can usually sit down and we can get it figured out while you're there. If it's something that we can't figure out right that day, it's usually within a day because everybody's accessible. If there's something that needs to be done loan-wise, we can get that ran to wherever it needs to go. Or if you just need help up front with some accounts or whatnot, I can walk you up there and introduce you to somebody and hang out with you and talk you through it. I can explain to Tammy or Tori or someone up front, hey, we've been discussing this. This is where we're at.
I'm Utah Robinson, and I help make the difference. First National Bank and Trust of Elk City and Sayre.
Member FDIC.
As a farmer or rancher, you're always looking for ways to save time and money. The Apache Hay Wagon from Everett's Welding in Visay, Oklahoma will help you do just that. The Apache Hay Wagon eliminates 80 to 90% of hay waste with its unique design. It hauls multiple bales, saving you time and money. Go by Everett's Welding today and ask to see the Apache Hay Wagon. You'll be glad you did. You can also visit them online at everettswelding.com.
Next spring, you'll fire up the tractor, turn the earth, plant the seed, and be on your way to another harvest. If you take care of your tractor right now. Before you put it up, do the maintenance so you'll be ready to go next spring. Everything you need to keep your tractor performing is at Camrock Supply. All the grease and hydraulic fluids and filters. All the nuts and bolts, all the tire patches. All the stuff is at Camrock Supply. All of it. Next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. When it's time, make sure your tractor is ready to go.
Jimmy, you know Aubrey Latham at XIT Auctions, don't you?
I just interviewed him on air, Nathan. Don't you ever listen to my show?
Let's put our egos aside and get down to business. XIT Auctions is licensed in Texas, just like they are in Oklahoma.
That means they can sell real estate and farm equipment in Texas, just like they can here in Oklahoma.
Tell our Texas friends how to get a hold of XIT.
Go to their website, xitauctions.com, or call auctioneer Aubrey Latham, 580-393-4440.
XIT Auctions, ready to work for you.
Jim is all wound up and ready to go. Here comes more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
I love my show. I don't know if you guys do, but I love it. Some of the people, some of the stuff I get sent in to me. But first, let's check out the weather for northwestern Oklahoma. Beaver, 76 degrees, dew point 35, humidity's 23. The winds are out of the west-southwest at 14, with wind gusts up to 21. 3-day average 4-inch bare soil temperature, 55 degrees. Sunset, 5:32. That means legal shooting hours with your bow right now during deer season is 6:02. You need to be done. Stop what you're doing. Don't pull that trigger at 6:03. Don't do it. Sunny and 75 today. Mostly clear. Winds will be coming out of the west tonight, 39. And tomorrow, partly sunny, a little cooler, 68 degrees with west to east winds. Guess it'll be swirling around 6 miles an hour. So somebody shot me a text message. Let me just fill you in. I guess he was listening to the show, and I was talking about heifers. He says, Jimmy says, where are the heifers? As my radio is up loud and a lady was walking by his truck and ready to fight him, thinking he said it to her. Yeah, that would tend to. Ladies do not like to be called heifers. That's all I can tell you. Or cows. Yeah, not a good thing. Okay, so Thanksgiving is coming up. What is it, next week? Somewhere in there. And there was so let's talk turkey. You guys want to? I seen this on Successful Farming. Here's 6 marketing claims about turkey. Choosing a turkey in the grocery store can be challenging when trying to understand all the marketing claims on the label. So here, I'm going to help you out. When shopping for your Thanksgiving turkey, there are several brands available in grocery stores, and they each come covered in marketing terms. As a mom, I want to buy healthy, safe food for my family. All these statements can be confusing. What do they mean? Is a product that has these claims more nutritious or safer than the one that doesn't? Well, we're going to find out here. I've had the chance to tour several turkey farms. I visited a turkey processing plant. I've talked to professionals, not professors, but professionals who develop food product using turkey. Because of this, I've been able to ask farmers, veterinarians, turkey nutritionists, think of them as registered dietitians for turkeys and other people in the food system questions. North Carolina trails only Minnesota in raising turkeys, so our farmers have plenty of experience raising these birds. Number one, here are 6 claims that she said she found on turkeys at the grocery store and what I learned about them. Number 1, no hormones or steroids. It is important to remember that every living thing has hormones. I have them. That lady on Landman last night had more than her fair share of hormones because it was that time of the month. You have them. Turkeys have them. No living thing is hormone free. It has been illegal to give hormones or steroids to turkeys, chickens, or other parts of the bird world since 1950s. There are no hormones approved by the Food and Drug Administration for use in turkey. By the way, it is also illegal to give hormones or steroids to pigs. When you see this statement, it usually followed by another symbol. If you search that package, you will find, usually in very small print, the following statement. Federal regulations prohibit the use of hormones or steroids in poultry. There you go. The takeaway on this claim, all poultry is free of added. There's the big word, ADDED, added hormones or steroids, regardless of whether the label says so. Okay? Cage free. This is number 2. I've been to 2 turkey finishing farms, and there wasn't a cage in sight. The birds are raised in large temperature-controlled houses that have plenty of room to move around. Inside the barn, they are kept safe from predators, cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and dry in bad weather. They always have access to fresh water and feed. All turkeys raised for the market are raised cage-free. Number 3, antibiotic-free or no antibiotics ever. All poultry sold is antibiotic-free. Any animal given antibiotics must have met the medicine's withdrawal period or the legally required time between when the medicine was given and when the animal is harvested. Farmers give approved antibiotics for 3 reasons: to treat a sick bird, to treat illness in the entire flock, or to prevent disease. The FDA approves all antibiotics used in livestock. No antibiotics are kept on the farm. If a farmer has sick birds, a veterinarian evaluates the animals and writes a prescription if needed. This summer, I toured the no antibiotics ever farm. Truthfully, it looks like the other farms I visited. The difference is these birds never receive any antibiotic. If they get sick and must receive antibiotics, they are taken out of the program and used in other products. There you go. Number 4, the statement had me scratching my head because antibiotics and hormones are not the same. It says here, number 4, no growth promoting antibiotics. So yeah, it's got me scratching my head. As I said earlier, antibiotics are given to sick animals that make them healthy or for preventive reasons. Healthy birds eat, drink, and more than sick birds. So, of course, they gain more weight. Some companies no longer give antibiotics to prevent disease, but they do give medication to sick birds. This resource from Minnesota Turkey has detailed information. That's the name of the website. Google Minnesota Turkey has detailed information on antibiotic use in turkey. Number 5, vegetarian fed. In the wild, turkeys eat fruit, nuts, leaves, seeds, and insects and each other. They aren't naturally vegetarians, nor are the birds raised on farms. Nutritionists develop a recipe for vegetarian feed that meets the protein needs of the bird's stage of life and is something they will eat. Yes, turkeys can be picky eaters. This feed is more expensive, and it takes longer for birds on this diet to meet market weight. That's why turkey with this label is more expensive on the grocery shelf. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. Birds are very, especially pheasants and turkeys are very mean to each other. And the pheasants will really cannibalize each other if not fed the right stuff. Number 6. Family farm. Both farms I toured were owned by independent family farmers. They have a contract with a company and raise birds for that company. The farmer owns the land and buildings. They take care of the birds, which are owned by the company. The company provides the birds, feed, and support veterinarian, nutritionists, and other professionals. This is a model used in turkey, chicken, and pig farming. One turkey company I talked to has contracts with over 300 family farms to raise turkeys for the company. If you look at all of agriculture, 97% of the farms in the United States are family farm. Last thing to be aware of, so why aren't these claims on the label? So why are these claims on the label? The reason is marketing. They want me to buy their product. If one company puts the fine print on its label, it can make it look like the other companies aren't doing the same thing. That one statement may convince me to buy that product, sometimes paying more because I think it's better when it's not. After talking to a turkey farmer and to other people directly involved in the industry, I feel more confident in choosing my turkey for Thanksgiving. Let's take an Oklahoma Cattleman's break. We'll be right back after this.
Jim is all wound up and ready to go. Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
You farmers like saving money on stuff you gotta have? You can save instantly when you buy 2 or more eligible Bridgestone or Firestone Ag tires at Blair Tire and Feed. Get $300 off all eligible AD, 2IF, and BF radial tires and Bridgestone radials. Get $200 off all eligible non-AD2 radial tires, and get $25 off Destination Farm and Destination Turf. Blair Tire and Feed at the Crossroads in Blair, Oklahoma. Save instantly on the tires you gotta have.
The biggest mistake I've seen when people are purchasing insurance or coming in to visit with us is being underinsured. You know, the state minimum on auto insurance is $25,000, $50,000, and that's too low. I mean, if you run into somebody's new vehicle and it costs $50,000 and you only have $25,000 in coverage, that's going to come out of your pocket. So, you know, we try to make sure that our customers are insured how they need to be to get the coverage. I mean, if you're going to have insurance, you need to have it for the right reasons, and that's to protect themselves. I mean, that's why they have it. I'm really in the business of protecting the customer. When it comes to protection, it's not a large amount more to go ahead and get the coverage you need.
Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies.
Hi, I'm Mickey Lively. I'm an insurance agent with Oklahoma Farm Bureau. My office is located in Greer County. Call me anytime at 580-782-3827.
You don't want to let your cotton set in the field day after day waiting to be ginned. Now to better serve you, the cotton farmers in Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle, Lone Star Gin has processed over 540,000 bales of cotton. They've got locations in Pampa, Texas, and now in Burns Flat, Oklahoma. Lone Star Gin has the ability to process over 2,400 bales per day. All they do is gin cotton. Go to LoneStarGin.com for more information, and you can find them on Facebook.
Do you love the great outdoors? Maybe you enjoy trap shooting or skeet shooting, or maybe getting some target practice in at the firing range is your thing. If you're that person, you love guns. Hobart Farm and Garden has a whole room dedicated to guns, gun safes, ammunition, and more. It's quite impressive. You got to go check it out. They are Western Oklahoma's platinum Browning dealer and Glock stocking dealer. They're located at 1030 South Monroe in Hobart, Oklahoma. If they don't have it, you don't need it. Hobart Farm and Garden.
This is the Elk City Livestock Auction Market Report for Friday, November 7th. 1,740 head were sold. 5 head of steers at $452 brought $457.50. 4 at $545 brought $400 even. 8 at $622 brought $341. 10 at $695 brought $340. 12 at $733 brought $330. 8 at $735 brought $297. 6 head of heifers at $423 brought $425. 7 at $454 brought $375. 3 at $533 brought $342.50. 6 at $588 brought $355. 4 at $601 brought $322.50. 3 at $657 brought $300. Butcher cows were $40 to $170. Butcher bulls brought $98 to $185. Bred cows $13.25 to $41.50. Pairs $17.50 to $37.50. Elk City Livestock Auction 3202 South Highway 6, Elk City, Oklahoma. Sale every Friday at 9 a.m. To consign, call Brandon Hickey 580-497-6095.
He loves talking about farming and ranching. Here's more of Today in Ag with Jimmy Clark.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Here's your Hobart Farm and Garden, southwestern Oklahoma ag weather update for southwestern Oklahoma, obviously. Medicine Park, 76 degrees, dew point's 53, humidity's 45, winds are out of the southwest at 8 miles an hour, 24-hour rainfall, and 10-day, 0. 3-day average 4-inch bare soil temperature, 65 degrees, sunset at 5:29, and sunny and 82 today, with southwest winds 15 to 18. Tonight, 51, mostly clear. Tomorrow, partly sunny and 77 degrees, with west to northeast winds 6 to 9 miles an hour. When you're a member of the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association, you also get to be part of the many ways that cattlemen give back. The charitable arm of the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association is the Oklahoma Cattlemen's Foundation. The OCF distributes over $25,000 in scholarships each year, organizes internship programs, pays out theft rewards, and has collected and paid out over $1.5 million in natural disaster relief for wildfires and flooding. The Oklahoma Cattlemen's Association also hosts a annual WRCA sanctioned ranch rodeo exclusively for Oklahoma ranch teams. Over $600,000 of the proceeds of this event has been given to the benefit of the Children's Hospital Foundation. It's always a great day to be a member. Go to www.okcattleman.org or call Miss Lori at 580-273-5137. All right. Let's finish out the day with some more turkey stuff. It's Thanksgiving. We need to get in the spirits here. So, 10 fun facts about turkeys. What do you really know about a turkey, other than it goes well with cranberry sauce? In most families, the so-called turkey expert is the person who gets to carve the roasted bird, and the rest of us are only concerned with choosing dark or white meat. But here are a few tidbits about turkeys that could make you the conversation expert between forkfuls. You ready? You guys need to remember this, so come Thanksgiving, you know it. The number one, for instance, did you know that you can tell the mental state of a turkey by the color of its head or neck? When a turkey gets mad, excited, or defensive, its head and neck turns white. The more extreme the motion, the whiter the color. Number two, turkeys can see in color but have poor night vision. They can see movement almost 100 yards away or farther, and also have a wide field of vision, which makes sneaking up on them very difficult. And that's a true fact. Good luck trying to catch a wild turkey. They can run at speeds up to 25 miles per hour and fly for short distances up to 55 miles per hour. Wild turkeys spend the nights in trees, and they are particularly fond of oak trees. In our neck of the woods, it's oak or Chinese elm, or cottonwood or Chinese elm. Number three, hens are typically sold whole, while toms are further processed into cutlets and deli meat. Even if you can't see them, you can probably hear them. The wild turkey can make at least 30 different calls in the spring. The adult male makes a call known as a gobble to attract females. Humans can hear gobbles from a mile away. Hens don't gobble. They make a clucking noise or a clicking noise or both. Around 46 million turkeys are consumed every Thanksgiving. If Benjamin Franklin would have had his way, you'd be eating our national bird. The Smithsonian says Franklin wrote a letter to his daughter praising the turkey as a much more respectable bird than the bald eagle. He wrote, "For the truth, the turkey in comparison is a more respectful bird than the bald eagle. And with a true original native of America, he is besides, through a little vain and silly, a bird of courage," is what he says. Mature turkeys have 3,500 feathers. Toms typically take 18 weeks to reach maturity and weigh 38 pounds. Not a Rio Grande. And on average, it takes 75 to 80 pounds of feed to raise a 38-pound tom turkey. Minnesota is ranked number one in U.S. turkey production, raising more than 40 million turkeys each year. How about that? Interesting, huh? Okay, tomorrow I have Brandon on, hopefully, if he's not busy, and we'll have Heyday Tuesday. I promise you, I'm going to call Brandon earlier from now on so we can get done in time to have Heyday Tuesday. I already got a couple of people have sent me text messages and on Hey for Sale. So you guys have a wonderful day. It's the Day in Ag with Jimmy Clark, brought to you by First National Bank and Trust, Elk City and Sarah America. God bless everybody.